From mesmerizedonline.com, 2023 Arizona Fall League. Kevin Parada's struggles continue. Before we get into this video, you need to hit the subscribe button so you know everything's going on with the Mets prospects. This video is in 3 parts. Okay, normally I don't do these kind of videos, but there is information in this that you need to know about. First of all, we're going to talk about Kevin Parada's struggles and the different players that are in the Arizona Fall League. Secondly, a massive number of players have been released by the Mets over the last few days. And thirdly, I'm going to give you the scouting report of Kevin Parada as to sort of figure out what's going on with him in the Arizona Fall League. So, not that it matters. I mean, he had sort of a weird season defensively. Offensively, he was okay, but it's a little. I don't know what's going on here. It might be just who knows. The Arizona Fall League is 1 week past the midway point. Glendale Desert Dogs, the Mets affiliate, struggled last week, losing 4 of 6 games. They were on a 4-game losing streak before their 5-4 win over the Salt River Rafters on October 30th. The Desert Dogs fell to 10-14 after their tough week of games. They sit in 4th place in the standings, half a game ahead of the last place Mesa Solar Sox, and 5 games behind the first place Surprise Seguras. While first place may be out of reach, the Dogs can still make a run toward 3rd or 2nd place in the standings. They have 7 games left until the playoffs begin. Below the compiled stats from the Mets prospects last week. Kevin Parada, 1 for 17, 2 RBIs and a home run. Kevin Parada's Fall League struggles continued last week. He recorded 1 hit and 17 at-bats, dropping his slash line, this is really rough, to 169 batting average, 210 on base, 373 slugging percentage with the Desert Dogs. Parada's 1 hit was a home run. JT Schwartz, 0 for 9 for the week. He fell back down to earth this last week after slashing 349, 383 on base, 628 at the midway point. Schwartz went 0 for 9, dropped his season average to 288. Rowdy Jordan, who's I think is an outfielder, 1 for 7 with a walk. Rowdy Jordan had another lackluster performance last week. He went 1 for 7 with a single and a walk. While Jordan's numbers aren't eye-popping, he has been getting on base frequently and boasts a 386 on-base percentage. DeAndre Smith went 5 for 11. A double, 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs, and a walk. DeAndre Smith picked up his play last weekend for the Desert Dogs. He went 5 for 11 with a double, 2 runs scored, 2 runs driven in, and a walk. The 22-year-old reached single A last season, and it's nice to see him make positive strides in the AFL. Now here are the pitchers for the Mets in the Arizona Fall League. Trey McLaughlin, 1 inning and a K. McLaughlin's scoreless streak continued last week. He only pitched 1 inning, but he struck out 1 batter and didn't allow a base run. McLaughlin lowered his whip to 1.05. Brendan Hardy, 1 inning, 2 runs, and a walk. Brendan Hardy had another rough outing last week. He gave 2 runs and a walk in 1 inning, raising his ERA to 7.71 in the AFL. Nolan Cleaney, 2 innings, 1 run, 3 strikeouts, and a walk. Nolan Cleaney continued to make strides in the AFL last week. He struck out 3 batters in 2 innings, lowering his ERA to 1.29. Cleaney has been impressive on the mound in Arizona and has a 12.9 Ks per 9 rate. Tyler Thomas, 2 1/3 innings, 2 strikeouts, and a walk. Tyler Thomas had a nice week for the Desert Dogs. He pitched 2 1/3 innings, scoreless innings, lowering his ERA to 3.12. Thomas also picked up 2 more strikeouts, raising his total to 12 and 8 2/3 innings. Jordan Gieber, 4 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 6 strikeouts. Jordan Gieber had a breakthrough start for the Desert Dogs last week. He struck out 6 batters and allowed 1 run on 5 hits across 4 innings. His ERA still sits at 5.40, but the outing was a step in the right direction. This week coming up, the Desert Dogs have 3 more games until the AFL Home Run Derby on November 4th and the Fall Star game, on November 5th. The Derby participants and 2023 Fall Stars haven't been announced yet. Now, a couple of things with Ken Parada. He's a catcher, so he might be worn down from the season. Now, he did miss some time with an ankle injury during the year. So just keep that in mind. So if you're down on him, just keep in mind that he caught it all season. So he might be dealing with some issues with his body being tired. So just keep that in mind. So in this part of the video, we're going to talk about, from Metsmerized Online, the Mets released a huge number of minor leaguers. And you're seeing now the effects of having a new boss at the helm, and that's David Stearns. New York Mets have started the offseason by releasing a large number of minor leaguers. I did a video on Riley Gilliam the other day. Right-handed pitcher Riley Gilliam and infielder Kevin Kendall are two of the highest drafted players that were released. Gilliam was taken in the 5th round of the 2018 draft and expected to be an arm that raced to the majors quickly. Kendall was taken in the 7th round of the 2021 draft out of UCLA. Both have dealt with injuries over the past few seasons that have limited their time on the field. Here is the list of players officially released on Wednesday. It's the position players. Catcher and utility player Nick Meyer. Third baseman Chase Estep. Outfielder Carlos Dominguez. Infielder Luis Castillo. Outfielder Dairon Campos. Catcher Gregory Leal. Infielder Yordis Pereira. Outfielder Eric Santana. Infielder Manuel Gantz. Catcher Fernando Villalobos. Infielder Kevin Kendall. Infielder Cesar Berbesi. Meyer has been in the Mets farm system since being drafted in the 6th round in 2018. He played the entire 23 season in AAA Syracuse, showing off his versatility with 36 games at catcher, 18 games at third base, 8 at first, 6 at second, and 1 game apiece in the corner outfield spots. Campos was one of the Mets' DSL Players of the Year in 2022. Now check this more. These are just the pitchers now. Kobe Kubicek, Matt Minnick, Dylan Hall, Luis Montas, Luis A. Rodriguez, Sammy Tavares, Jojo Rodriguez, Christopher Vasquez, Ramon Enriquez, Pedro Mercedes, Elliot Johnstone, Jonica Palacios, Riley Gilliam, Matthew Voros. This is just insane, all these players. Minnick, Hall, and Kubicek all pitched briefly out of the AAA Syracuse bullpen this season. Tavares has been up to 100 miles per hour, but had more walks, 39, than innings pitched, 26 this season. Wow, so many players basically got fired by David Stearns this week. Amazing. Now, at the end of this video, I'm going to read you the scouting report for Kevin Parada. And again, keep in mind, don't be down on his performance in the Arizona Fall League. Don't say he's a bust. We only hear about the players that do well in the Arizona Fall League. We never hear about the players that don't do well. And how many players don't do well in this situation? He is a catcher, so he's probably broken down a little bit during the season. We saw that with the Mets catcher in the majors, Francisco Alvarez. So this could be what happens with younger catchers. And this is really his first full season in the minor leagues. So just keep that in mind. They drafted him last year. So this is from MLB.com, from MLB Pipeline. This is his scouting report. Parada could have been a fairly high pick in the 2020 draft, but was insistent upon going to Georgia Tech. The alma mater backstops Jason Varitek, Matt Wieters, and Joey Bart. The right-hand slugger took the college game quickly with a 929 OPS as a freshman, and then took off with a 361 batting average and school record 26 homers as a draft-eligible sophomore. Ranked as MLB Pipeline's number 6 draft prospect, Parada went at number 11 to the Mets and translated instantly to the pro game with a .455 on-base percentage and 13 strikeouts to 12 walk ratio in 13 games, mostly at Single-A St. Lucie, where he won a league title. Part of Parada's pre-swing setup includes a bat wiggle and decent leg kick, but he has few issues covering the zone, making contact and driving the ball to all fields. His exit velocity topped out at 105.5 miles per hour in his brief Florida State League stay. But there should be more in the tank over a larger sample as he settles into pro ball. Repeating 20-plus homers isn't likely to be an issue by the time he reaches the majors, and his ability to marry average and power will drive his place toward the middle of most lineups. Defense has long been a primary focus for Parada, and that's notable considering he looked like he was wearing down with additional playing time at Georgia Tech and with Team USA in 2021. His court stealing rate gradually improved from his freshman to sophomore years, but his general arm strength still checks in at below average. While the Mets are pleased with his growth in 2023, he remains a work in progress behind the plate. No matter, Parada's potential at the bat is so good that he profiles a potential bat-first everyday catcher. So before we end this video, I need you to hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you think about this video, of course, and have a good day, and I'll see you later.